What do QR codes, spicy hummus dip, and the Super Bowl all have in common? How about a chance to win $500,000? Keep listening to find out more. You are listening to the Call to Action podcast, where we aim to inspire, educate, and inform entrepreneurs and self-starters on tech and tips related to navigating this ever-changing world. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to episode 14 of the Call to Action podcast. My name is Shantae, and I'm the person that runs the blog, as well as the host for the Call to Action podcast. Today, I'm excited once again, guys. I'm doing another review of a marketing campaign, which I think was really awesome. This was done really well. So I'm excited to share the information that I have for you today. But before I get into episode 14, I want to share the motivational quote that I chose for today's episode. And this one is by Walt Disney. Here is the motivational quote for episode 14 of the Call to Action podcast. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. All right, everyone, that has to be a motivation. Walt Disney was a very successful businessman, as we all know, not just here in America, but across the world. So if he says the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing, then entrepreneurs, self-starters, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So let's take that with us as we go throughout our week, as we go throughout our days. I think this is definitely a keeper. So make sure that you get started with your projects or get started with that idea that you've been holding on to. Just stop talking about it and begin doing it. Before going into episode 14, I want to do just a quick recap of episode 13. This was a really good marketing campaign. This was the Audible Challenge 2020. The Audible Challenge 2020 is a campaign that audible.com is putting on where you can get a $20 Amazon credit just for listening to audiobooks. Go back and listen to episode 13 to get the details of how you can participate. You will be surprised how easy it is to do that. You can visit ctamarketing.biz and click on the link that says podcasts, and you will see episode 13 in the list of podcasts. So make sure you check that out and get caught up and find out how you can get a $20 Amazon credit by doing the Audible Challenge. Now let's go in today's episode, which is my review of the Sabra campaign. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I've talked about how much I like Sabra and their spicy hummus. So I recently bought some, and this was like last week. And this was so cool because when I got it, I just got it because I like it, because I like spicy hummus. That's just one of my favorite snacks. But when I opened the package, I started to pay attention to what I was looking at. It wasn't just about the package. They had a QR code in the package. Keep in mind, I didn't read anything else on the outside of the package. I just opened it and began eating my spicy hummus dip. But what I saw on the lid was a QR code. So of course I scanned it because I get excited when I see these. And I scanned it with my smartphone. And what I saw is that Sabra is doing a campaign for the Super Bowl where they're giving away $500,000 in prizes as well as some Sabra dip, I guess tons of Sabra dip. So naturally, I definitely was excited about this just because of the campaign. I like Sabra, their dip anyway, but the campaign is what really got me excited this time. So after enjoying a little bit of my Sabra spicy hummus snack, I actually went through and rescanned the QR code and went through the process of registering. I am not a football fan. I couldn't tell you who was playing in the Super Bowl. I don't know anything about it, but let's get back to the campaign. I just thought this was really cool. So I signed up, and here's my experience of what I saw when I signed up. So the first thing is, when I scanned the QR code, one thing that I saw was that it didn't take me directly to the webpage. I'm not sure what happened with their QR code and how they had it set up. It actually just copied the text. So I had to copy the text and then put it in my web browser to go and visit the site. So that is something that is not normal. I had not seen that before with QR codes. So that is definitely something that Sabra should look at as far as how that was implemented. When you scan a QR code with any reader, if it's a web-based QR code or a link-based QR code, it should take you right to the web page. But other than that, this was great. After I got to the web page, I signed up and it was very easy. I think there was like 3 fields. It was like your name and your email address, and then you can opt in to receive offers. So I did that because I'm curious. And also what I noticed about that, outside of it being easy for the registration, is the fact that the pages were mobile friendly. Years ago, when people were doing campaigns with QR codes, the QR codes were leading to pages that were not mobile friendly, but Sabra did a wonderful job with that. And outside of the registration being easy, it was also really cute. Once I hit the confirmation button, then they had a really cute animation and that showed their product, but then also they named one of their products and there was additional information about the contest. After I got registered, I saw that I can collect up to 7 pieces. And that was really cool because what I saw was that it wasn't mentioned before, but once I confirmed, then I was able to see that. But that was good because that's really good marketing, because now I know I can buy 7 more products and collect 7 more pieces for the Sabra challenge. One more thing that I thought was cool is the fact that I'm able to share that I entered into the contest on social media, and they have a way to share it for Facebook and also on Twitter. So I'm on Twitter, so I clicked the link so that I could see what that looks like. So I took a screenshot and I'll be sharing that as well. Really good setup. I really like the way this was done. And the final thing about this is that it gets you to watch the Super Bowl because you want to know if you won. So on February 2nd of 2020, I'll get to know if I won. But they actually say that they do contact the winner, and I gave my email address, so I will be contacted by email, and I will let you all know if I won. Maybe I'll share some dip with you guys. We'll see what happens. But I thought overall, if I had to give this 5 out of 5 stars, this campaign would get really 4.5 out of 5, only because of the way that the QR code did not take me directly to the mobile page so that I could register easily. My only concern is for people who are not tech savvy, they may be a little confused on how that works. But other than that, the campaign was great. It was awesome. So I will let you know if I collect more pieces, because I do buy Sabra products. I do like their spicy hummus. And also I will let you know if I won. So stay tuned and make sure you listen in on episode 13 of the Call to Action podcast, because I did another marketing review with Amazon and Audible. So who doesn't want to win $20? You're just listening to books. You know, it's awesome. I think we probably do that anyway. So that's really good. Go back and check that out. So that is all that I have for today for episode 14 of the Call to Action podcast. I want to go back again and just mention that motivational quote about the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So entrepreneurs, self-starters, let's get motivated. Let's do that. Let's be inspired. That's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Call to Action podcast. Make sure to visit me on my blog at ctamarketing.biz. There, you can find articles for entrepreneurs and self-starters on tech and tips to help navigate this ever-changing world. Until next time.